Hail and well met friends! Andang here for another episode of Minas Tirith. When we last left off, we had done a ton of quests and are finally returning back to Forlong.
What say you, my friends?
Our new friend returns. And have you beards? Let's look at them, and judge. Yes, we actually did collect the beards of these different guys. I forgot all about that. That's hilarious. It'd be really cool if they actually laid out the beards with phasing.
Come, my friends, come!
It is just as I said. They are like unto dwarf beards.
Minas Tirith will surely be able to withstand an attack from the enemy, won't it?
They seem like the beards of mortal men to me, only braided in foreign fashion.
Well, well.
Well, at least there are a handful of fewer enemies to fight. That is well done, champion, no matter who is right.
What say you, my friends?
Ha! What can you fools not see that I am plainly right?
Were those horns? Do the horns sound?
Do you see, Forlong? We have fallen into quarrelling again. If Mithrandir were here, I think he would say that it was nearness of the enemy. For discord and strife springs up whatever that the shadow falls. Now let us take our own advice, friend, and make peace by raising a glass among well-loved friends.
Alright. Raising a glass.
Come what may.
Aye, well said. You, my friends.
Tonight, wine, food, and friends.
Aye, Forlong.
Tomorrow, come what may.
That was well spoken, Herlin. And I hold that we must ever keep love's warmth kindled in our hearts, if we are to prevail against that which shall not be named.
Our walls will protect us.
Not named, but too soon joined in battle, I fear.
What say you, my friends?
For this moment, I shall not dwell on that, Neldir. I am here with you, old friends and new, in a city I have loved dearly since my youth. And now, could I not love it, and how could I not love it, when it was here that I found Valnios, my heart's desire. It was here where I wooed her first.
You gonna woo that girl over there, huh?
And then afterwards, in the flowering fields of Lasanach, my home.
Minas Tirith will surely be able to withstand an attack from the enemy, won't it?
How people talked. Turnus spurred, and her sister Valnos wooed in her stead. To this day I'm amazed that you dared defy Lord Denethor, in which of his sisters you would wed.
You gonna woo Denethor's sister?
Come, my friends, come!
Wooing is such an old term. It was not Denethor. I trembled before, but Turnus. Her wrath lingers to this day. You should have seen it with the iron was hot.
Greetings, friend.
So there I was, soot covering me head to toe.
You did put Lord Denethor in a difficult position, old friend. He could not take sides between the sisters, whom he loved. That he bore it silently and did not set his heart against you speaks much of him, I think.
What say you, my friends?
You broke some few hearts in that time yourself, Herlin, the fair. How is it that none of those smitten maids ever softened your resolve, and lured you into marriage?
Well, well.
It was just not the path for me. I have chosen another way through life, and hold no regrets. Of course, it could have been my voice.
Tonight, wine, food, and friends. Tomorrow, come what may.
Still, you must wonder sometimes what might have been. That maid, old Athilin, made so much of Who climbed the city walls to you? Or didn't, as you maintain, did you never wonder what became of her? Nay, answer not. You would not confess if you did. She was a maidstrite's daughter, I think. Yes, Larnis she was called. Let our new friend ask among the magistrates and councillors in the Sixth Circle for us, and learn what became of her. Then we shall see if we can win a blush from that pale, fair face of yours.
I don't think that's necessary.
Were those horns? Do the horns sound?
Nothing will come of this. It is a waste of breath.
Come, my friends, come, come!
Okay, that's kind of funny. Alright, let's see here. Let's loot all that. And we need to go up to the Sixth Circle anyway for the epic story, because we still have 2 more quests that we need to complete in order to advance that. And I think once we complete this, there's still maybe 1 more quest in Minas Tirith. Let's have a look. Where is the Minas Tirith quest? Did we already finish it? Oh, hey, we already finished it. So yeah, this is almost certainly the last quest in Minas Tirith. Alright, I don't even know where I'm going. Okay, so let's see, we have 2 on the 6th circle and 1 up on the 7th. So let's go and do all that stuff. Alright, so we're here in the 6th circle and we're going to the Dome of the Sun to ask about where this lady is.
When the time comes to fight, we'll be ready.
Larnis. Yes, I know her well. She is in Imloth Melnu now, and her sons are among Denethor's archers, posted upon the gates. She's a widow, you know. That is what comes of marrying an older man. Though the merchant's wealth he left must console her grief to some degree. Or, so I am told wealth sometimes can. That is such a counselor way to say something. Alright, ask after Larnis in the 6th circle. I'm guessing that there's nothing else in here. I still can't get over how cool this model of Minas Tirith is. I mean, that building is just awesome. And like, they're not even perfect like circles, so it looks like it really is a model. That is cool. That is really, really cool. It just did such a great job with that. Alright, let's head back out to Minas Tirith and see if we can't find more of this 6th circle stuff. Dun, dun, dun. Marks, medallions, and seals can be used to purchase gear and traits at the skirmish camp. Stuff you learn at level 20 or after reading Pineleaf's skirmish guide. Alright. Let's see, so the next thing is up there on the 7th circle. So I don't know why it says ask after on the 6th, unless they switch colors on us. Ah, they switched colors on us. Right, there is a red quest inside here. Talk to Mithrandir and complete a matter of lineage. Talk to Ardor and complete a long siege. I don't see him in here. Unless we're supposed to switch to the other version of the city, maybe. Larnos. Aha, there we go.
The council has a plan to assess the city's food stocks.
I am glad you came back, Andeng. The council's just heard Ingold's report of the situation in Talathanor, and the captains of the Outwatch painted a picture. But it was not a rosy one. Merethin and Muriel have been working on a plan to assess the food stocks and other supplies within the city, and they could use your assistance. They are right over there, and will be glad to have your help. I don't know why I talk so fast, except that I need so much done in so little time.
The deadliest enemy during a long siege? Hunger.
The burden of governance is heavy, but it is especially so in times of war. We have not seen Steward Denethor since Prince Imrahil carried his son back to the city. But we do not need to hear his words to know that what awaits us. A siege. Possibly a long one. The greatest enemy during a long siege is not necessarily the foe outside the gates, Sanding. The greatest enemy is hunger. With the gates shut, we will not be able to resupply the city. The farms and fields that fed Minas Tirith during peacetime will be cut off from us by the lines of the enemy. We might as well be on the moon for all good they will do us. The only food we will get is the food we already have. Myrtle can tell you more, but it is a worrisome fact that we might simply not have enough.
I wonder if they actually did make references to moon and stuff like that in Minas Tirith, like not being able to have food on that. Very interesting thought.
These inventories will help us ration food during the siege.
I have taken stock of the flow of goods into the city over the past few days, and combined it with the existing lists of food supplies we were storing. This has given me an inventory of our goods, Andang. And I've divided it into sections for each of the main storage rooms of Minas Tirith. I ask that you take these inventories, one for the goods of the upper stores, one for the goods of the lower stores, and that's it, actually. Speak to the guards outside each and show them my mark, and they will allow you inside. Compare the inventory with the actual goods, and ensure that we have all of the supplies we expect. Only then will we be able to properly ration the supplies, if the siege proves to be long. Alright. Well, that is very interesting. Let's now go and ask once more about this lady, because apparently that person's description that she's off somewhere else was not enough. Alright, and avoidances increase your chances of avoiding attacks. The real helpful tips of LOTRO's tip system. Alright, well, let us head on around. High Stables of Minas Tirith, yeah, we've already been in there. Alright. So I'm really surprised how much content there actually is, because there aren't that many quests, but these quests are super long, which only proves my point that you can never really judge a game by how many quests it has. Because it could have, you know, like 10 quests, but those quests could take, you know, 100 years, for all you know. I know that's exaggerating, but you get my point.
Mordor will regret challenging the walls of Minas Tirith.
Yes, I did know Landis long ago. She did not wed for many years, and some began to call her a spinster. When she did join in marriage, it was an older man. I never met him. I did not think he frequented the Sixth Circle. Alright, Scandalous. He didn't frequent the Sixth Circle. Scandals of Minas Tirith, Part 1. Oh man, definitely don't want to see like Housewives of Minas Tirith or something like that. That would be crazy thing. Alright, let's see what we got here. More turbine points. We're making a lot of turbine points all of a sudden. Hero of Minas Tirith. Completed the quest in Minas Tirith. Okay. Here we go. They did a great job making it feel like that this really could be a defended city. I mean, it really feels like it's very, very defensible. I think they could add maybe a few more like barricades and other stuff like that, but maybe they will in later versions. Thank you for the password. No problem, buddy. No problem. Alright, let's keep doing this epic quest.
I must hear what you saw in Osgiliath, and I must hear it quickly.
There you are, Andang. I suppose you have been north of the Rameseko of the Imrahil's errand. I told you to assist the Prince of Dol Amroth, but soon afterward I regretted doing so. There were some matters I should have asked you about in greater detail, but I gave away my chance by sending you away. It is all set now, for you have returned, and I will worry at it no longer. I must hear what you saw in Osgiliath, and I must hear it quickly. No, not here. Speak to me if you are ready, and we will depart together for the old archives, where we will find the first and oldest collection of scrolls in the city. I think your tale may require further study, and that is where we must conduct it. We're going to the old archives with Gandalf? That is awesome! Alright, here we go.
Let us go to the old archives and speak on the way.
Let us go to the old archives. You may begin the tale of your experience in Osgiliath as we walk, and perhaps I will have heard its full extent by the time we have arrived. We must not spend too long poring over old scrolls when battle is so close upon us. But my heart tells me that there is something we have overlooked, some detail that may be of use to us in the days ahead. We must know what this thing may be. Alright, so we're going on a wild goose chase in the old archives with Gandalf.
Your encounter with Gothmog fills me with a dread I cannot explain. I hope to learn why here in the old archives.
I hope to learn why here in the old archives. Welcome to the old archives, Anding. They were carved into the pure rock in the center of the Sage's Neath, when the city was still called the Tower of the Sun. This was the original library and storehouse of the city, and remains a trove of ancient knowledge and secrets. There is much to discover in the scrolls and books that are kept here, but few in these days give much thought to these dusty shelves. There is no semblance of order to this be found. It was in these dark chambers that I found the scrolls of Isildur, and learned much that I need to know. I am worried about the commander you met in Osgiliath. So, you know, Gandalf could have totally spent his years of, like, plethora of time organizing these archives. That would come in handy now, wouldn't it? Gothmog, the Dread Terror. He claims to be Mordrith, reclaimed from the void. But neither of those is his true name. His true name was Ernir, and he was the last king of Gondor. I feel like now the, like, Shadow of Mordor music that's, like, all epic when you find out, like, that big reveal comes in, and Mithrandir's just like, that is a huge, huge lore dropping. Ernir was mighty, and he did not lack for courage, but he possessed none of the caution that could have saved him from the doom. He had great victory at Fornost, when he defeated the Witch King of Angmar. But that victory stirred his pride to greater heights. The Witch King fled. Prince Ernir believed he had nearly rid of Middle-earth of that terrible foe, and cursed his failure to end it there. Yet later, the Witch King issued a challenge to Ernir, now the King of Gondor, and summoned him to Minas Morgul. Ernir went to that dark city to face his hated foe, and was lost. We know now that his will was mastered, and he became the loyal servant of his former enemy. He took a new name, Mordrith, and was given the rule of Angmar, while the Witch King managed the interests of Mordor elsewhere in Middle-earth. Though your own efforts, and those of the Rangers and the champion of Angmar, he was defeated. But it seems that the victory was not to last. He maintained some bend to his former life, and it allowed his dark master to draw him back before he was lost for good. Okay, this just got like to be the best plotline ever. I cannot believe that Mordorith is secretly the last king of Gondor. I mean, that changes everything. Wow. Okay. Because I mean, he was like trying to do like all this stuff to reunite all sorts of things around Angmar and do all that and around the old like stomping grounds of ancient Gondorian stuff. I mean, wow. That totally changes like the entire way that you look at the whole Evendim plot line and all that stuff. I mean, this is huge. I hope that they've thought about this for a long time, but even if they haven't, that's just really cool. Search in this chamber for mention of Ernir, and I will search the other. Okay. Searching for one name. We're doing the Control F. You study many of the ruled scrolls, but find nothing relevant. This pile of scrolls does not contain the information you seek. You pull many of the books at random, but do not find anything useful. Yep, continuing the same line of dialogue. Great job, Gandalf. You're really helping. Really helping over there. You find a yellowed scroll that bears Arnu's name many times throughout. You had better fortune than I, Andang, for I have yet to find anything. Let me see this scroll. Mithrandir takes it from you and quickly reads the yellowed parchment. After a moment he looks up at you again. There are matters of interest in this scroll. It speaks not of one challenge but two, a detail which I was not aware. It appears that the Witch King challenged Ernir to ride forth, and the king was dissuaded from the foolishness by his steward, a wise man named Mardil. That name I do know, for he would become the first ruling steward of the stewards when Ernir disappeared into the Minas Morgul. It is from this line that Denethor draws his authority. Ernir did not ride to Minas Morgul alone. Well, that's a plot twist, too. He was accompanied by a retinue of knights, and they disappeared with him. Some of these men you may have seen before, transformed into Kargul. This scroll bears their names: Orlang and Kaltyr, Silmathar and Mechlilnis. I cannot match these names with the fates. Okay, this just got even more epic. I mean, wow. That changes everything. Everything. And just ties the whole epic together. That is awesome. And all with one walk with Gandalf in the archives. This is like one of my most favorite quests ever. I mean, this is fantastic. Wow. These names are not familiar to me, but I do have a dim recollection that man named Orlang may have committed some heroic deed at the Battle of Fornost. It is the barest hint of the memory, but I have not even that for the others. Mechillis is a common name among the women of Gondor. None of the histories I have seen included any women in the retinue of Ernir's knights. But this scroll appears genuine to me, and I have no reason to doubt it. Some of Ernir's knights have returned to trouble Middle-earth as Kargul, but the power he wielded as Mordorith seems more deadly than theirs. We should expect he will be more powerful still in his guise as Gothmog. And yet, somewhere behind these masks, does any of Aernir remain? He was bold but foolish. Can it be that Gothmog will be the same? Search this chamber for more mention of Aernir, and I will search the other. Okay. Hey buddy, you wanna help? You could totally help me search for awesome stuff. The pages of these books are very faded, and you can tell, and can tell you nothing of interest. I mean, wow. Wow. The books are falling apart, and you can handle them gingerly, but find little of note. You find a dusty tome containing records of the kings and stewards. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Minas Tirith. When we return, we'll be once again here in this old place, the old archives, with Gandalf learning of what the truth is. I mean, Gandalf just dropped some major facts about the enemy, so very excited to see what comes next. And wow, awesome job made to Lions. Can't wait to see where this goes, but we'll have to wait till next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another episode of Minas Tirith. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button below, and if you'd like to see more of my daily content, feel free to subscribe, and you'll be notified when that new content comes out. And also, if you'd like to help support my channel and help me continue to create high quality videos, feel free to support me on Patreon, and you can get all sorts of great rewards in the process. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another video.